This one's going to throw a spanner in your works on what you think about me. The royal monarchy. I think some people are starting to get an idea that it might be a bit of a monarchist. No. No, not at all. You see, I possibly would be if they were doing their job, but they're not doing their job. If anything, they're doing the opposite to what they are supposed to stand for. Royal monarchy should be intervening in all the shit that's going on between Israel and Palestine, but they're not. They're too busy enriching themselves. They should be... If the royal monarchy had any integrity whatsoever, they would have ensured that back in 1901, or at least once it came to their attention after Queen Victoria, that a scripty had been pulled on Australia at Federation with the 1901 Constitution, which paved the way for that polar snot that Gough Whitlam introduced in 1973, the year I was born. That should never have come to pass. So, begging the royal monarchy, wasting your money like Wayne Glue has been, and what's his name? Former Senator, I'll think of it after. I just had it. Rod Cullerton, going over and putting on all his weird ceremonial shebang, Freemasonry looking stuff, and begging the House of Lords and Westminster to intervene. No, they haven't yet. So Rod, you probably do more justice by going to check on Wayne, because his cognitivity is pretty out there, mate. He's struggling to get words out at all. I don't think whatever her name is, Yu Wang Long Wang or whatever her name is looking after him too well. Look, the immense wealth that the royal family has, along with the Vatican, the Roman Catholic Church, not the people, the Vatican. If all that wealth was taken, like the Q-tards thought was going to happen through Trump, was going to be taken and given to all of us through Nasara Gassara, which was a pipe dream and a myth. Imagine if we just toppled him. This is why I say walk away. The royal monarchy is protecting this racket by not intervening, by allowing us to believe and running with the facade that they have any authority whatsoever. Basically what they are paid thespians to throw tomatoes at. The illusion of authority over governments of the Commonwealth. It's a racket. It's all a racket. It's all one big fucking racket. And you vote for it. You vote for it, you feed it with your taxes. You're all hopping up and down, cheering on a coup d'etat of the worst kind. Oh, down with the UN, down with the World Economic Forum. You think Trump's won a battle for you? No, Trump won a battle for him. Trump actually won a battle for the World Economic Forum. You see, even Sun Tzu knew way back when, the war philosopher, that, where was he from? The Ming Dynasty. That sometimes in order to win a war, you have to throw a battle. You have to throw your own army under the bus. You have to throw the people under the bus to win your own war. Look at how many people got thrown under the bus in the Battle of Waterloo so that the Rothschilds could steal the British wealth. Look at how many people died on the Titanic Olympic, so that JP Morgan can take over the world's banking system. Do you think this is any different? No. It's exactly the same thing. Except instead of ships and instead of France, Napoleon Bonaparte, it's we the people. It's all of us. We're just in the way now of them taking everything that they want. They don't need us anymore. Why? Because they've got AI. There's no point fighting it. The smartest thing we can do is walk away from it. Stop building their bullshit. Take everything. It literally is AOC, now's the time to put that dress on. Now it's time to eat the rich. Now. Not 5 years ago. Now. We keep getting these little windows of opportunity. And by the time we realise it, it's closing and locking on us. And then people go, we missed our opportunity again. We're not going to get any more opportunities after this. This is our last chance. What do you want, hell or heaven on earth? Give them their hell. Let them have their hell to themselves. Let them eat themselves, destroy themselves like a snake eating itself. Everyone that's not welcome in our community, go over there with those people. You can all go and destroy yourselves and each other. Let them destroy and destruct themselves while we rebuild, while we create. There's two types of work that these hands can do. God's work or the devil's work. What's it going to be? Sometimes even God's work looks pretty ugly. Look at the battles between the king of David and the Philistines. Yes, I know Palestine is the Philistines. Everyone's migrated and moved around. Which is probably why we have maritime law. Because everyone rightly belongs in the ocean. Because we're half this and half that and half something else. We've got a lot of halves running around in us. I know you can only have two halves, but you get my point. No, I'm not a monarchist. But that said, if we can open enough eyes up to the point that we had a lawful constitution and we were almost heading in the right direction. Twice. Once under King Charles, once under Queen Victoria. We almost was heading in the right direction. And then it just got usurped, obfuscated. In acts of forgery and uttery, deception, fraud, subversion, treachery, treason, all of the above. Do I want to see people hang from a rope? No, not particularly. My name's David Rogers, not Ricardo Bosie. I'm not that kind of person. But they can all go have hell for themselves. People that don't belong, you don't belong. Go away. No, you can't. No, sorry, no, you don't. You've had your chance. We gave you enough chances to fit into our community. Scatter them to the winds. Let them go and live out in the wild like King Solomon did. Solomon or Nebuchadnezzar? Oh, I've done it again to myself, haven't I? Solomon. Yes. It wasn't until he lived like a beast for years out in the wild and had lost his kingdom and everything. It wasn't until then that he saw the error in his ways and came back a human being. In other words, he went away an angry beast and he came back. He came back humbled and regained his throne. He had to earn it back. So yeah, people deserve a chance, but how many? Depends on what they've done, doesn't it? I think the Royals have had enough of a chance. I think that Donald Trump and America, the whole Western capitalists capitalising in from the capitals, I think they've had their go. They've had their fun. It's time to go. So I remember when I had my business talking to Ken Dorsey one day. Oh, I'm a capitalist through and through. Word for word. His words, not mine. Yeah, it shows. Capitalising on other people's labour. Well, you do what? Sign bits of paper and membership your way to the top? I don't see much toil going on. No actual labour, actual work. I think you need to go back to the United States of America with the capitalists. Does democracy work? Obviously not. Oh, would you prefer socialism or communism then, or Marxism? No, not particularly. Communityism, churchism, looking after our ownism, familyism. Let's make up our own isms. We don't need to run with their isms and ocracies. The crazies, crazies, crossies, crazies. What's the difference? You've got to be crazy to believe in democracy, because it's had its chance. Hasn't served us real well, has it? Should we have a voting system for hierarchy? No, we should have a voting system for leaders. A voting system for people who are a bit reluctant to lead, but have proven themselves to be integral and to have the intelligence to do it. The intelligence is stoicism. The empathy. You don't see many people voting for empathy anymore, do you? You don't see many people voting for people who actually do go and roll up their sleeves for the underdog. It's pretty easy to get some money from a lobbyist donor to fill up some trucks and send them to Hurricane Katrina. Donald Trump's got no money. He's been a bankrupt his entire life. He owes favours. Once you see it through that correct lens, that all these people, they don't really have anything. They owe favours. Nancy Pelosi had some money. Like, there are people that use that positions to enrich themselves. And then they're the people that pay the people under them. Or they pay for the things. That's the deep state. Donald Trump's a puppet of the deep state because he owes the deep state. The deep state put him where he is. The deep state owns Trump Tower, not Donald Trump. He's just a logos. He's just a brand name on the t-shirt. Trump Unlimited. We got a big problem in this country with naivety, vanity, greed. Greed is stopping you from actually getting anywhere. Have you ever thought of that? Your greed is stopping you from getting anywhere. You're too greedy to let go of that so that you can have all of that. You're too greedy to let go of what you can hold in your hand when you can have the world. But you're not going to get it by trying to keep it all to yourself. You've got to share it. We can all have the world. We just got to share it. Not fight over it. How does a family own one PlayStation? They share it. What happens when one of the kids hogs it all day? You get fights in the house. And controllers get broken. Games get scratched. All that sort of shit, you know. And the house is unhappy because everyone's arguing and fighting over a fucking game. The same as the system, it's a game. Just imagine if we made them have to spend their own wealth to survive back into our community. Instead of our community feeding their system could feed our community. And then we could share in all that wealth. Now that's logic. That takes a little bit of strategy, a little bit of commitment, a little bit of purpose. Will it happen overnight? No. You can't just wake up tomorrow and suddenly you own the king's throne or the Pope's golden gowns. How do you think Christ is going to come back? What, do you think he's going to come floating down here on a cloud, or he's going to lasso Three-Eye Atlas and ride that down here and just hit the handbrake just in time to pull up in a big 180 and, here guys. Are you stupid? We manifest Christ within ourselves by walking in Christ, by becoming Christ, by doing his work. Stop thinking of Christ as something external and start thinking of it as a way to live, as a way to treat each other, as a way of... It's the way. He showed us the way, but none of us want to go that way. You're still too busy trying to have an argument with the devil. He loves it. That's why you never win. You don't even look in the direction of the way. You're not going to find it in your phone.